315 Data. I'm here to lessons to learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'll speak about breaking things. What kind of things that we break? We break a lot of things. It's interesting thing that we break things even though that we do not want to break things. A lot of times in life, we really break things that really hurts our joy, fulfillment. And today we'll focus on 10 areas that we potentially unintentionally break things, and really it doesn't allow us to really get the things that we want. So number one is connection with others. We're able to really lose that, and how we lose it. So that busy schedule, distractions can really break connection with connection with loved ones, with people that you carry the most. So it means if we will be not careful how we allocate our time, how we allocate our energy, because sometimes we allocate time but you don't allocate energy. That is a massive difference. We allocate time but you don't allocate energy. So that means you're able to be with the same person in the same room, but if you don't give energy, of course, the connection will not be developed. So that means that sometimes unintentionally, by doing all and be distracted and giving energy to all the universe, but not to other person who is in front of you, sometimes you can really break a relationship. And of course, you don't want it, but by doing things, distracting yourself, sometimes you potentially do that. Number two is passion and creativity. So that means that a lot of times we potentially create routines, and it is very important. Routines are very, very essential. But if you do monotonous routines on every single aspect of your life and really follow maybe even societal pressures to do the way how everyone is doing, it might be that you will really break ability to really have that ability to spark creativity, spark passion, and really that leads to lack of fulfillment. So it means what we need to do, we still need to find a way how we're able to impromptu things, ideas, find a way how to explore, excitement, really to really go and pursue something that you never done before. We always need to, every single week we need to do something different. Maybe we want to do the same thing but totally differently. And this is very, very important, because if we do not pursue excitement, if we don't pursue something creative ideas, because what you don't use, you lose. What you don't use, you lose. So if you don't use creativity, that means you will break the spark of creativity. That's very, very important. Number three is really self-care. So I mean, neglecting self-care practices could break down you not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, and really that could lead to burnout and unhappiness. So really not taking care of yourself and not thinking about self-care and not putting yourself in priority can break your physical, mental, emotional, financial. There's so many things could end up if you don't take care of yourself. Because the most important part and the most important resource in life is energy. Energy is the most important resource. Sometimes people don't think about it because they think about, okay, I need just time and money. No, if you do not have energy, the time and money, it doesn't matter anymore. So that means we need to understand that self-care is essential. Because when you have self-care in place, you don't break all other very, very important areas of your life, like physical, mental, emotional, and financial banks. Number four is boundaries. This is very important. So that means that if you allow others to cross your boundaries, what it does, it breaks the trust and self-respect. And of course, that could lead to resentment. And a massive resentment. And really causing some kind of stress. So we want to make sure that if we do not want to break trust, if we do not want to have resentment, we want to make sure that we communicate our boundaries and we don't allow anyone to cross your boundaries. It doesn't matter how close they are, they're not supposed to cross the boundaries. They're supposed to really understand how important those boundaries are. Now, of course, the number one thing is communicate what is your boundaries. People are not able to read minds. People are not able to read minds, so that means you need to make sure that you are communicating your boundaries. And if someone is not able to follow the rules, that means maybe it's time to really push away, because otherwise it'll be even worse. Because you will start to resent yourself for not pushing someone else back. Number five is sense of wonder. This is a beautiful wonder. Wonder is a beautiful, beautiful word. Sense of wonder is one of the joys and fulfillments and really meaningful words in life. And again, those really having those keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, having the same career over and over again, and doing the same things, waking up at 8, going to work, and doing every single day exactly the same things, could really break that and really make sure that we do not have that ability to break that sense of wonder. Because we know exactly what will happen on next Tuesday, next Friday, next Saturday, next Sunday. We know exactly what happens even an hour of that day. So it breaks the sense of wonder, because when you have that life, when you go through traveling and you know that there's a wonder, what will happen here? What I will see here? So I think that every single person needs to understand that we need to have some kind of adventure in our lives, to really make sure that we're living the fulfilling life. For example, of course, every single person is different. I love adventure. Some people love every single day adventure. They are massively adventurous, and they cannot live without adventure. So understand how much you adventure need, and of course make it sure that your work, your routines that you do every single day doesn't break your wonder. Number 6 is authenticity. So that means that a lot of times we're confirming our actions based on society and social norms and expectations by others. But by doing that, by conforming with other people, by conforming with social norms, we're a lot of times losing who we are and authenticity. So that means we need to understand that we're not supposed to disconnect from ourselves. Because it's very, very important we need to live true to yourself. Because if you're not able to live for yourself, for whom you are living, because other people do not care as well. Because a lot of times people think that they know the best for you, even though that they didn't figure out their own life. So it's very, very important that we do not live based on social norms, we live on our own norms. Because otherwise we will break our authenticity. Number 7 is mindfulness. And this again, it's a lot of time constantly being busy, because a lot of us is very, very popular saying, I'm busy now. The next couple of weeks I will be busy. Next month I will be busy. But what it leads to, it breaks mindfulness. You're not able to be present anymore. Because a lot of times distractions can break all that really being able to be in one position, because physical body and your mind's supposed to be all the time in the same place. But I know that even in myself, I'm very guilty of that as well. So a lot of times my physical body is in one place, but my mind is running 1,000 miles an hour in total different direction. And as it shows that we need to really just reflect for a second and say, okay, I'm not going anywhere. I will be there. And look around where I am. Listen what kind of sounds are there. And when you're able to really bring yourself back, it gives so much more joy and fulfillment, and being able to appreciate the present moment. Number 8 is gratitude. This is very powerful. That means that when you really take something for granted, you forget how important it is to have gratitude. It breaks gratitude, because every single person, every single action, every single day is a blessing. Every single person who really do something for you is a blessing. We're supposed to appreciate, because what you appreciate appreciates. What you're grateful for, it expands. But when what you take for granted, sooner or later you will lose. If you take for granted your health, you will lose it. If you take for granted a business, you will lose it. If you take for granted your friends, you will lose it. Maybe not right away, but it will take some time, but we'll lose it. So we want to make sure that we don't break habit of gratitude. Number 9 is learning and growing. So that means when you resist a change, and avoiding challenges can really break change and can break the opportunities that this life is sending to you. Because a lot of times we say, okay, I want new opportunities. I want new opportunities in my life. And those opportunities are showing up. But because you're resisting change, because you are not able to really accept that maybe you avoid challenges. Because every single time when you avoid challenge, you break opportunity, you avoid opportunity. Every challenge that you avoid, basically you're avoiding opportunity to improve, get better, and becoming the best version of you. So of course that breaks opportunities. And we need to really understand that we need to learn. We need to improve ourselves. We need to grow ourselves and make sure that we are leaving that stagnation behind. The last one, number 10, is hope. And a lot of times people who really lose the hope is that they have just really overwhelming negativity, they are always pessimistic, and and really that pessimism and that overwhelming that negativity could break hope. And people say that, oh, I'm just realistic. But most time people who say that I'm realistic are negative. And people who are optimists, most time they say, okay, I'm a realist. So that means we need to understand that if we want to really live a joyful life, we always need to have hope. Because a lot of times there will be a lot of challenges, setbacks, disappointments. Because one beautiful part about life is that every single person is going through something. Every single person. Maybe not right now, but they will go in the future, or they are past that. But every single person needs to understand that hope is important. And if you are allowing negativity into your life, they'll potentially break hope. And that is, of course, a very sad place to be. So I hope that you will reflect on your actions, on your thoughts, because a lot of times what we do on a consistent basis could potentially break things that we could never expect that it would break. And I think that this is very important. Some things is important to break, and some things that we're not supposed to break. So tomorrow I might share like the things what we must break. But today I specifically wanted to focus on the things that sometimes unintentionally, by living our lives, we break the important things in life that really, really matters, like gratitude, taking something for granted. That is one of the key things that we need to always know, that we need to really be appreciative, because what you appreciate, and you appreciate your growth, you will spend more time in improving and getting the best version of you. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.